Rhonda, every Tuesday we get together to talk about communicable diseases.
Of course we do.
And pandemics.
Yes.
So we've got a pandemic on us right now, huh?
We have a little event happening around us.
Okay, what's going on?
So we have a new virus. It's called COVID-19. It is a coronavirus, if anybody's heard of coronavirus. It is not from the beer, Corona.
It's not from the
It's
beer.
not
Good.
from the beer, but it is a coronavirus that is mutated and has come back into humans, and we are now passing it to each other.
Is it, I'm being serious, because that's a lot of doctor explaining, all right?
Sorry.
Is
Yeah.
it true, when something mutates, somebody ate an animal in China and then it made people sick and then it got here, and that's the new conspiracy theory of how it got here?
Oh, I see.
Is that really how we got it?
There is some truth to some of that.
Okay.
Yeah,
what's
so
the truth?
in this case, they think the coronavirus was probably spread to another animal that then spread it to a pangolin. And if you've not seen a pangolin, adorable little creature, take a look.
Adorable creatures with communicable disease.
That's right. And that coronavirus was mutated, so yes, now we have it.
And so it is come here from a situation like that, and the virus is different than other viruses. Why?
This one's a little different for a number of reasons. So one is we don't have what's called herd immunity. So most of the things that you've heard of that we get on a regular basis, flu and things like that used to go around like polio, most of us have immunity to some types of it.
Yeah.
And consequently, some people get sick, but not large numbers of people get sick. When you have no herd immunity, then many more people are going to get ill because some of them aren't running around with a natural immunity to it.
So my flu shot
Is not going to help
not
you
gonna
with
help.
this
So why did you even give me a flu shot?
because you didn't want influenza.
But a lot of people on the news are saying this is like the flu. What does that mean when they say it's like the flu, but obviously
It's not the flu, right? So when it's like the flu, they're talking about symptoms. Basically, typical symptoms will be fever, cough, body aches. You just don't feel good. And so that's how it's like the flu.
So how do I know if I have the coronavirus or COVID-19?
COVID-19, yes. You could very well have had coronavirus because there's a number of them already. COVID-19, again, is a little different, and you're not going to know if you have it.
That's not a very helpful answer, Dr. Sharp. All right, so what do you do with that?
So with COVID-19, obviously we've only known about it for about 9 or 10 weeks now, right? So we don't have tons of testing available for it. It's not part of our normal testing procedures that we can do for things like influenza. You know, I can swab you in the office and find out if you have flu or not. So with this, because most people have very mild illness, typical to flu, they're probably not even going to seek medical attention. And if they do seek medical attention and have very mild disease, we're not going to be testing them. So that's why you're not going to know if you have COVID-19.
So I'm 41, and I may not know I get COVID-19, and I'll get through life. But what about my 7 and 6 year old?
They will likely get it too. And so far, from all the things we've seen in all the other countries, it's not been harmful to children. I think the youngest, we have an elementary school age child with it in Indiana. But from all the literature, from the places where it's been for the last few months, children do not seem to be, I mean, they may get a cold, but we don't even know they have COVID-19.
So it's not like one of those things where it could be like super deadly for children.
It does not appear to be at all.
So what about, that obviously means the elderly at that point.
The elderly, it's different. So typically with a lot of our illnesses, it's the elderly and the very young that are affected by things. In this case, it appears to just be elderly or people who are immunocompromised.
So because children are around a lot of germ-infested environments.
Yeah, we call them little fomites.
Little fomites. Could they be the secret assassins to the elderly?
That may be putting it a little harsh, but I don't know if I'd go that far. I'm certainly not telling my mother that. But
I'm
yes,
saying that
yes,
is we
people
need to get
have
to,
these,
how
you're
do we
correct.
take care of this thing?
You're correct. most people are going to have mild illness, and if you're around somebody who is elderly, older, or has problems with their immune system, they can end up getting this virus and become very ill with it.
So, okay, then what's ill? What's ill I should do something about it, and what's we got to get worried about that?
So in this case, ill might be, so the lowest level. I've got a cough, I've got a fever, I don't feel great, but it's not something I would typically go to the doctor for. Fine, don't go to the doctor, stay home, isolate yourself as much as you can in your own home, and heal. That's what you do. Let's say you have fever, cough, you don't feel great, and now it's getting hard to just walk to the bathroom. You feel short of breath. You know, it's heavy, it doesn't feel good. It's time to get medical attention. That might be going to your doctor's office, and I would just ask if that's what you're going to do, please call us first so that we can prepare for your entrance into the facility.
Why? I mean, tell us why.
Okay,
Why do you
well,
want it?
I want to make sure that I meet you at the door with a mask so that if you have something that's communicable, you don't give it to whoever else is in the office. Because think of a doctor's office, you've got well child checks, you've got diabetics, whatever, coming in, not just sick people usually. And plus, staff may need to gear up a little bit too to protect themselves so they don't get a little cough and then give it to somebody that could be harmed by it. So that's sicker. Sick, or you don't have a doctor, a family doctor or an internist, you may end up at the emergency room. You can call ahead. Most emergency rooms, and certainly our local emergency rooms, are very much prepared for this. They know that people are going to come in, and so they are ready to isolate you as soon as you come in, make sure that they're protecting whoever else is there. The sickest of the sick, call 911, please. I can't breathe to get to the bathroom. It's probably time. And they are also prepared. Our EMS is very well prepared. And some people do end up hospitalized with this.
What now is our responsibility in a rural community when something like this comes upon us?
You have a few things that really should be done. First, if you are ill, if you have a cough, if you have a fever, please stay home. If you're not sick enough to go to the hospital or the doctor's office, please stay home. Isolate yourself. You're going to protect more people by doing that than thinking you're going to be a tough man and tough it out and I'm going to go to Walmart and hack and cough my way through.
As long as you mail your tithe in.
Okay.
Okay,
yeah.
You can stay home from church this Sunday if you got the symptoms as well.
Yes.
But
Stay
I'm serious.
home.
Even
Stay
as
home.
a pastor, we would want you to stay home.
Stay home. The other thing is, ask your neighbors, ask your elderly parents, ask your friends who are older or have something that makes their immune system not work so well. Can I get something for you? Do you need something from the store? You know, not everybody has to go running all the time. We can help out that way and help protect those who really truly need our protection. And that's what this is all about. Protect other people.
I don't think a lot of us think that way sometimes. And we shouldn't be so prideful, right?
Right.
To go out and say, I'm tough, I don't need this, because what happens? If I go around and say I'm tough, I get over this, what happens?
Well, my concern is you're going to give it to somebody who's 80 years old and they're going to die.
Which would be the worst pastor story
ever
in the world.
Yes. Yeah, we'd prefer that not happen.
Yeah. And we prefer that not happen in schools, right? And we prefer that not happen,
Yes.
you know, at any job that we go to.
Exactly. And, you know, if you say, I have to go to work, call your boss, let them know what's going on, especially if it's highly likely that you were exposed somewhere. They might request that you stay home. They don't particularly want to, you know, a whole business full of sick people either and then not able to do their work.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if there were ever a time that people would be understanding of sick, would this
should be it.
This should be it.
This
right?
should be it. We'll see.
The quick way for us as responsible human citizens to help control this is not just obviously for us to look out, you know, love our neighbors ourselves, but the quick way, the best way that we can treat this together as a community is what? How would you break that down for us? A simple way for us to think, what can we be doing to not spread COVID-19?
So, off the top of my head, I would say CPR, and that does not mean jumping on somebody's chest or doing mouth-to-mouth.
Hit him harder! Jump higher!
that won't help. In this case, it means cover your cough. If you have a cough, cover it, please. Don't use your hand like we were taught when I was a kid. It still takes me a while to remember to bring up my arm, but that's what you're supposed to do nowadays. The P would be protect others. So if you have something, stay home. You do not have to go to every sporting event, to every whatever, or church even. Stay home, heal. And then the R is recover. Get better, get back out there, and help others.
How do you recover? I mean, what are some things we could do to recover?
Just do good, normal things like you would if you had a bad cold or the flu. Eat right, sleep, take care of yourself.
Does that mean I get to watch reruns on Netflix?
I wouldn't call that good for you. I say get out a good book or get the good book out.
There we
and
go.
Read.
All right, that's what I'm talking about right there. Some healing of the soul and the healing of the body.
Can fix it all at the same time.
All right, so Dr. Sharp, should we panic about this?
No, panic's never helped anybody. And you know what? You know, I know, we all know, God's in control. He knows exactly what's going on. He knows what's going on in our community. He knows what's happening in our country. It's okay. It'll be okay.
Well, thank you for bringing it back to that. And I think we're grateful for you. What else? Who else should we call? Is there anything else we should know as we wrap this up?
I think you take good care of yourself, help others, and truly it comes down to stay home if you're sick. Or call and ask questions if you need to.
It's like an adult snow day.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But
put a puzzle together. There you go.
Instead for an adult virus day, we'll start building those into our health plans. All right. Well, thanks, Dr. Sharp. We really appreciate it.
It was good to see you.
You caught it. I shouldn't have said that so loud. Darn it. I really was going to see what you did today.
Yeah, no, I'm not shaking anybody's hand.